The women's changing rooms. First door on the left. You're welcome to come in. You would not want to miss this. Hosted by Ginette and Donessa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Women's Changing Rooms. I'm Ginette.
And I am Donessa. On this platform, we traverse the globe to empower and uplift all our women.
Yes, we do. We sure do. And today we are going to be talking about the roles Black men play in the family and in society as well. And we use this topic because it was Father's Day on Sunday just gone. So what better time to speak of this topic regarding Black men?
Yeah. So happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
To all men out there.
Yeah, to all our fathers out there and all of our mothers who play the role, because I don't know for you, but I tell my mom happy Father's Day. So
okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't tell my mom happy Father's Day, but my mom definitely played both roles. So yes. Yeah. Happy Father's Day, Mommy.
So before we start with the discussion, Ginette, I know Mother's Day is a different day from Grenada to the UK. Is it the same for Father's Day?
No, Father's Day is the same.
It's
only Mother's Day for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why Mother's Day is different, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
Father's
good.
Day.
All right. So let's get into this podcast discussion, guys. All right.
Let's get into it. So, point number one, Black men and being fathers within the community. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of things to talk about here. There are positives and there are negatives. When it comes to Black men, particularly fathers, Black fathers, and that is our discussion today. I just want to say that we do have a lot of Black men that are fathers who step up to the plate and are doing everything that they should be doing when it comes to being a father. And we have some that are just neglecting their role, which is sad, which is crazy based on our catchphrase. But that is what we have happening right now. In Grenada, it is a tragedy, if I may say so myself. It is sad that we have men and we have, well, I don't even want to call them men because I don't think they're acting like men. They're acting like boys if they cannot fulfill their roles. But that is just the baseline of everything. So I'll hear what you have to say and then we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say men who choose not to play a role in their children's lives are not men, they're little boys.
Yeah.
Okay, they need to get it together, you know. They need to get it together. I don't understand how you could live with yourself. And this is what I don't get, yeah. Go on your everyday without even a thought, without even thinking, oh, you've got a child out there, half of you, and not even take it into consideration, not wanting to be involved in that child's life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't hold any respect to men like that. And especially women, like if you are with a man who you know has children out there and he is not doing anything for their, and you see that and you're happy with that, like, what kind of woman are you? Oh, my phone went a bit funny. Sorry, what kind of woman are you?
Yeah.
You know, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I just think women as well, if you know a man is not being involved in that child's life, encourage him or like, yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I just don't know what
yeah. The mothers and the sisters, and even the women who date these guys or are part of these guys, these them men or boys, however you want to call them, their lives. Encourage them, because I don't understand, like, how could I be dating a guy that has children and see him not taking care of the children, not being around them? And it's important for children to have their fathers in their life, and see him doing that and be with him comfortably. What is going to happen if I get pregnant today or tomorrow and then we finish? Then I already know what to expect, because he's not taking care of his previous children, much less if how is he going to take care of mine? I don't want that for myself, whether or not we're together or not. So
Yeah,
we need to step up.
but some women don't even think like that. Some women actually like that, that they with a man and thinking, oh, yeah, he's not taking care of his kids, but he's taking care of me. Like, and then they don't think, oh, well, that might be you in a few years. You know what I mean? Your child in a few years. They don't think like that. You know, some women, they just really selfish and think, oh, well, that means I've got all of his attention to myself. And as well, it comes as the insecurity thing, where if he does go to well, they wouldn't have to deal with the fact of him going to see the child and thinking, oh, he's with his child's mother, or what kind of conversation or what dealings is he having with his child's mother, you know? So
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy
it is. I just like I know, and it's, people would say, like, the guys, they would always be like, well, it has been so for generation upon generation. They're conditioned that way. While I get it, because when we were back in the day, slavery and all of that, they were separated. The mothers raised the children, and sometimes the men were out in the field doing their due. Even if the women were out in the field too, the men were not, in their life for certain plantation owners. But even though that happened, we see how the absence of a father in the child's life. I'm not even saying in the household, because that's a whole thing too, but at least in the child's life, we see how negatively that can affect some children. So why would you want your child, I'm speaking about the fathers now, how would you want your child to grow up knowing that this happened, probably it happened to you because your father was not present? You see how it is when somebody's father is not present. So why would you want that for your child and make the excuse that this is what has been happening, so this is the norm? Well, it's time for you to break this so-called norm and speak to the other Black men in the community and let them know the positive and negatives of having the parents out or in that child's life. So it all comes down to educating ourselves and breaking away, because we have so much baggage and baggage that we just continue to bring along our journey, even if we know it is not the right thing.
Yeah. I also think, like, other men should have the responsibility of speaking to their friends if they know, like, their friend is not having any involvement in that child's life. They should speak to and try and put him straight. You know, I mean, big men, there's only so much you can say to another big man, from man to man. But in saying that, you need to kind of put it to him where he feels a certain way.
Exactly.
Because he's, to be honest, you're a waste man. You're seen as a waste if you're not even, even taking an interest providing for your child.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah. You just sometimes you slide in certain Caribbean or Grenadian slangs into the conversation, and all I have to do is just smile with it, because when you said waste man, my mind went back to like a song. I don't know if you see me like did a little dance thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just have to say that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
He
That is
definitely
so
a waste
funny.
man. And you know, some guys, especially our black men, they don't like it when their friends or other black men speak to them or correct them or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, there are certain ways people do things, but even if they're doing it politely, or even if they're coming across genuine, they just don't like it. They don't like it at all.
They don't. Yeah, they
They
don't
feel
like to
like they're
listen. They're
mature.
stubborn and hard-headed,
Yeah.
and that is really bad. That
Yeah.
is a really bad trait a lot of black men have, is stubbornness and hard-headed.
Yeah,
You know,
they are.
but I mean, in saying that, we do have the men. There's not just all black men that don't look after their kids. There are ones that are very, very good and would do anything for their kids.
Yeah.
You know, like anything.
Yeah.
You know, almost take on the woman's role. You do have that. So we have to give them dues and recognize them as well. And, you know, so like, well done to them and good on them. You know
We
what I mean?
salute you, single dads out there, or even the dads that play the role. It comes like, okay, it's so strange to me that we are giving kudos to the dads, well, the fathers who are stepping up in their role. Well, in truth and in fact, that's your responsibility. And we are at this stage right now where we are giving them props for doing that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
no, but you're right.
Which is like, we thank you for the fathers who step up to the plate and doing everything, but we need it to be everybody. We need it to, because the damage that it can have.
And as you said that, it just goes to show like how it's so like bad, absent fathers within the black community. So when a dad is doing those roles and stuff, we do praise it, like overpraise it, when in fact, like you said, that should be the case. It should be their role. It should be 50-50 equal, you know, because with a woman, that's our job. You know, we don't say, oh, well done to you for doing that for your job. Well done, you know, it's our job.
Yeah.
So
exactly,
it's crazy. Like you said, the single fathers out there, that's the ones we need to be praising. And there's loads of single fathers out there that's doing the role, even doing the role of like what a woman should do, bring up children by themselves and stuff. And it's like, well done to them.
Yeah, it's true.
Well done.
Yeah. Well, we start to talk about the roles, and I know the second point that we have is the roles of our men. Well, we can talk about all men, but we know this discussion we're having about is our black men, black fathers. So what are some roles? What are the roles that society have it as?
Their roles, what do you mean? Be a bit more
like you know, they always be like, okay, the man's role is to protect his household, protect his children, his wife, significant other. So that's one of the roles. But I know sometimes the roles that we have, like now versus then, you know, they're ever so changing. So we can talk about the roles of men, and then we can see like, okay, do we agree with it? Because you know, sometimes it has double standards in different things. So like so we can start there to protect the family, like.
I think protect family in terms of ways that a woman can't. I always feel like a 50-50 partnership anyway. I always think like that should be a fair partnership is good. So whatever role the woman plays, the man should play equally.
Yeah.
But so yes, protect. Same way the man should protect his wife and kids, a woman should also protect her husband and child.
Yes.
But so yeah, I don't know. I just think the roles should be 50-50, you know. Same thing women do, a man should do.
So
maybe certain things may differ, but yeah, I just think in this day and age, I think 50-50, saying everything a woman could do, a man could be able to do it.
Okay. So you're not the one who say like, okay, the man should be the one going out to make the money and the woman should be at home taking care of the household, taking care of the children, and then living.
No. I feel that's so dated that way. Yeah, it's really dated for me and for probably a lot of people living within, like, was it what we called first world or whatever we're called, international. I don't know what to. I don't like to keep
in this day and age, like the 20s. Is it
living within like UK? Sorry,
I'm trying to see, like, do we say in the 20s? You know, like in the 90s, you say the 90s, like the 2000s. Is it the 2000s? Yeah, I think that's the term that they use.
2000s or the North Seas or whatever it's called. But I'm saying, like, it's interesting to see cross paths when it comes to the way I think, because you said, oh, do I think a woman should go out be in the house looking after the kids, this, and whether a man should go out to work. And I just think that's back in the day thinking. I don't think at all. I think it's both equal. Same thing, like a man's cook at home, he could cook for his wife while the woman's working. And then next day when he has to go work, they both do the same thing. But it'd be interesting, like, to hear in Grenada, like, if that's still happening, because we had this conversation before, and it'd be very interesting to hear, like, how it is in Grenada. Is it still a case where the men are going out to work and the women are staying home?
No, I think we evolved from that. I mean, obviously we have some men that are stay at home, we have some women that are stay at home, but now we live in a society where the women want to go out there and work. So that's the society we're in. So it applies here in Grenada too.
I mean, I just feel like
the majority, I would say. Although I must say though, I would like a husband that will cook for me. However, in Grenada, I would say the men expect the woman to clean and cook and all of that. So that hasn't changed as much. We still have ways to go with that. However, if you speak, the majority of people that you see on the street and you ask them this question, they would tell you that that's the woman's job. Whether she's working or not, she should be cooking, she should be cleaning and all that bit.
I mean, for me, I could cook. I love cooking. I love baking. I love it. But sometimes I like when a man could cook and stuff. But I think a lot of Grenadian men can actually cook.
Yeah, they can. That's why I need one to come my way to cook for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can cook. I could cook. I just don't like cooking.
You don't like it. Fair enough. But
they can't cook because why we have this society where we like guys are always on the block, or out, always making a cook with their friends and everything, taking their mother's ingredients from their kitchen and doing that. So I would say yes, most of our Grenadian men can cook, even if they prefer the women
to do it. And I like that. Like, I love that. I love to see like a man cooking and then the food tastes good. I love that.
Nice.
Seriously, I like that. I like it. But I mean, in the UK, I suppose some men could cook, but they're not as like how the West Indian men are when it comes to cooking a pot. So yeah.
So all in all, we I know we went off topic, but it's
Yeah,
a
we
good
did.
conversation. I love it. But all in all, you're saying that you think it should go 50-50, no matter what the role is, both parties can do it, women as well as the men.
Yes.
Right. But I don't know why. I just like to say that 50-50, I don't know. We all should be given 100%. I don't know why my brain works like that. I don't know. But every time I hear 50-50, I would be like, okay, well, why are you giving 50 and you giving 50 when it's so you're supposed to give 100% and you're supposed to be given 100% and you do it together. I don't know. I just had to add that bit in there. That's how my brain works. But I do agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, when I say 50-50, it's like it's the same thing what you mean. Yeah. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So yes, I do agree with that. But they always say that, I guess in Grenada, they, even if they expect the women to do certain things and the men to do certain things, two things that I would say for sure, the roles are for the men, even if it's spoken or unspoken, is the protector and the provider. And while we are deviating away from that, it is still there. And I think now, so it is more like an unspoken thing versus something that, we speak about. It's there. You expect the man to protect and you expect the man to make the money, whether or not the woman is out there making their money, but that's the man's role. So for Grenada, I would say that these two things, the role of a man for his family is to do these two things. Obviously, there are more, but these two are like the expected role when you think about a man.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
And so for what about with men who is not stepping up to the plate? How do you think we could get them to step up? What do you think?
I mean, this is very, I don't know how to phrase it, but I think that in all of our conversations, we always say to educate, to communicate to these people. And I do believe that communicating and educating these men out there and letting them know what their roles are, because some of them, they never saw it when they were growing up. So some of them are clueless. However, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So they are clueless as to what they need to do. So I believe educating them, communicating that with them effectively, and also I would believe in showing. Just like when you're teaching children and you want to show them everything and do that, model it. I believe so for adults as well. And these men just need to be shown, model, show them how it works with this family when the men are present, and see how it works when the men are not present. So I believe these two ways working together and just helping them, I think it's not gonna be the be all end all and everything will be all rosy and peachy, but at least it's a start.
For me, I think it's you give them a chance, and if they don't want to step up, just leave them, because we're not dealing with babies. These are big men. There's no reason to, I'll give you a chance. No, if I've given you one chance and then you don't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because like I said, you're not dealing with children. They're big men. So how much time are you going to accept and accept and accept and accept? Exactly. Oh, he's not doing his part. He's not going to do his part. He's not. we're going to be going around in circles. We're going to be stressing ourselves out. So I believe in just, what can we do?
Mhm.
We're not dealing with little boys. It's not little boys who's gone and you know, even though we want to call them little boys, they're not.
They're
They have
not,
mentality.
yeah. Even if
They're not.
sometimes that brain is like the size of the, well, I wouldn't say the size, the functionality of the brain is like a little boy. However, you're not a little boy, so you need to step up to the plate. Once you start doing the do and getting down with it, you should know what come.
Exactly.
Educating them at school and putting it in there and letting them know and being serious with it, I think it's going to help. Because some of them just feel like, oh, they're growing up. They see mommy did it all on her own. They see sister doing it all on her own. And they feel like, okay, but it is the norm. It is okay. So I am just going to go here, there, everywhere, be careless with it. And then what? Leave that little girl, let her figure it out on her own, because why? Women are strong and women can handle their business. No.
Yeah. And as you said, that's why education at a young age, when I say young age, I mean of age, but younger, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
When they come to a certain age, education is key.
Yep.
Mothers, sisters, educate the young boys, teenage boys out there, you know, because so we don't fall into vicious cycles over and over and over again. So
you know how you struggle, so why want that on somebody else's young child or young girl, I should say? Why do you want it? So speak to your sons, speak to them, let them know, show them. I think that's true.
Most definitely.
And I feel like we are getting there. I don't know. I just feel like I know how it affected me not having my dad around. I know how it did. And when he would come around, how I would bawl. I want to go with him. I want to go with him, because at a younger age, I was a daddy's girl. You know, I just wanted him. I mean, I turned out fine. That's not the case at all. But it's just that element there. It is so important to it. I don't know. And now, like my dad and I, like, we don't see as much. However, I know he's there versus when I was younger, not knowing that he was there, you know? But still, I don't feel like excited to be like calling my dad or messaging him and saying Happy Father's Day like I would my mom. I mean, I'll go all out for my mom on Mother's Day. However, on Father's Day, I just feel obligated to tell her Happy Father's Day rather than telling him.
Happy Father's Day. Okay.
Yeah. So it happened on Sunday because Sunday was Father's Day. I didn't feel inclined, or I didn't feel bad that I didn't call my father. Do I love him? Yes, I do. However, I feel like if he played a role in my life, then that urge, you know, would have been to do that. I don't know. It's just weird how it affects you at different stages. Because when I was younger, he wasn't there. But every time I see him, I wanted him. But now that I'm older, he's still not there. But I feel like, okay, if he dies today or tomorrow, trust me, I'm going to be sad because I love him endlessly. But there are just certain things that, you know, certain things that you would do for your dad, or like something like Father's Day. Like, I just don't feel inclined to do it. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are the same or different. Because it affects people at different stages, and it also affects people differently.
Sorry, did you phone your dad on Father's Day?
Did I?
Phone your dad on Father's Day?
No. I
didn't.
Oh,
sorry, I just lost track. Okay.
Okay, no, I don't. I haven't called my father or messaged my father. I think the only time I would be like, okay, Happy Father's Day, is if he is in front of me on Father's Day. So no.
Is your father Is he in Grenada?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. I don't see him as often as, we say small. But no, I don't see him as often as. But yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
He has been in Grenada since.
On Father's Day.
Hmm?
Sorry?
What did you say?
No, I said I called my, like, Father's Day and stuff. I'll call my dad and stuff, and yeah, I'll call him now and then and things like that. My mom, I grew up with my mom. My mom raised us, but now and then I would see my dad and things like that, or even though, he'll call me to see how I'm doing or whatever, vice versa, and things like that. But I mean, I'm so close with my mom. It's like everything I do is like with my mom and stuff. So it's just, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
and my dad as well. My dad's Jamaican, so I'm half Grenadian, half Jamaican. But yeah, and I've never been to Jamaica before. So yeah,
and you see how different it is. Like both of us, we grew up with our mom, but on one end, I don't feel obligated, or like we talk, we message during the year, but I don't get that I'm gonna message him. But on the other hand, you are doing that. So it's so interesting how different but yet similar we are as
it seems very similar. Similar and stuff, but yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. But it's
and I like this because it's a very good, like, when you compare people's lives from across the globe and how similar it is, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
So let's get it. Let's stop giving these Black men the assurance, or letting them feel like what they're doing, and we're speaking about the ones that are not stepping up. Let them feel like it's okay to not care for their babies. It's okay to not get married and settle down and have their family. No, it's not okay. And have multiple baby mamas and be disrespectful and degrading to these young women. It is not okay.
Exactly. And I just think it's so important to, like, show, even though we've got Mother's Days, but like women like my mum, I think it's so important to show, because I've seen how strong she has been in terms of raising 3 kids by herself and stuff. And it's like, hats off, hats off to her, hats off to all the other women out there that they're doing it alone.
It's hard. It is hard. Like, I don't have any kids, but I see it in my community. I see it amongst my family members, whether it be the men or whether it be the women, And some of the women, I must say, it's not about the women right now, but some of the women are very spiteful when it comes to the men. Now, young ladies, women, just know, if it doesn't work out in your relationship with these men, it is not okay for you to make the decision to take that child out of his life when he wants to be there. Because just know, I have a lot of women who wants them men to be a part of their child's life, but they don't care. So when you have that happening, hold them and make sure that it is not for you. It didn't work out with you, which is sad, but it's for the children.
Definitely.
So
most definitely.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But with that being said,
that's it.
I think that is it for today.
Yeah.
was a good
I'm
topic.
passionate about it. I'm passionate about this topic. I remember when I was getting my bachelor's degree, I had to, debate about single parents and all of that. And I was so passionate. I didn't even know I had it in me. And I came off as being so passionate. And then I realized, like, okay, this is something that I'm very passionate about. Helping single parents, whether it be the mother or the father in this case, and just helping and grooming all children, but especially our Black boys. They have a lot to see already. So if we help them in different ways, I believe that it can help the other facets and other factors in their lives. So
most definitely. Most definitely.
That's what I passion. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, we're happy. We're moving along very nicely. And yeah, thank you for the support. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for following us, whether it's the channel or Ginette and I separately.
Yeah.
We appreciate
and this is our 15th episode. Oh my
gosh. Already?
Crazy.
Ay.
Excellent. We're doing good, girls.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to reach more women, and because that's who our target audience are. However, reach people from all ends of the earth. That's what I can't wait for.
Most definitely. So guys, thank you for watching, and until next time.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. Sorry.
And listening for our Spotify people.
Oh yes. Okay then, guys.
Bye.